Alright, what's up traders? Hope you guys are having a fantastic Sunday. Let's god damn it, what a great start, huh? So in today's video we're going to take a look at a couple of altcoins. I'm going to update you on the altcoins I took a look at in my last altcoin update video. So yeah, let's just jump right into the charts. Alright guys, so the first one I want to take a look at here is Algo BTC. So I'm actually in a position here on Algo, and I'm going to go through this idea with you guys. It's a pretty high risk trade because it's actually at a high time frame resistance right now, and usually not a good idea to buy into resistance, right? But let me run through the idea here and I will show you my thought process, right? So looking at the daily here on KMD, I really do like the bullish market structure that we are seeing right now. We obviously still on the higher time frames making lower highs, but I do like the bounce down here and the fact that we did reclaim this level, this green box support here. We reclaimed that level and it kind of looks like or I shouldn't say it looks like, but if we break this red box resistance to the upside, I could definitely see this one perform very well, right? So my idea here is to enter a small position pre-breakout. I would then add to my position on a breakout and retest. The reason for adding below resistance here is to get in on the move in case it actually just explodes and we will not get the retest, right? But because Algo has really had some crazy moves in the past, so it's sometimes it's actually a good idea to buy resistance if it's a buy in anticipation of a breakout trade, right? But you have to be very careful and risk very small, because there is a big chance that you are getting stopped out because it might have been used a reaction, right? So let me go down into the lower time frames here and show you guys what I'm actually looking at. So on the 4 hour here, let's see. First of all, let me mark out the RLC of this up move here. The low here to the high up here. As you can see, we did bounce off the RLC here perfectly. Price came down, touched the RLC here, and this was really when I started to become interested in this trade. All right. So the idea here was I wanted to see where the RLC would be in case we moved up from this long RLC up to the daily fake out area here, the last highs. And if you go to the daily here, you will see that this was the area where you had this fake out, these two massive wicks here. So I wanted to see where would the RLC come in if we were to get a move like this, right? Let's add RLC from this low up to this area. Now, as you can see, the RLC comes in pretty nicely in this area, confluent with the last high pre-breakout of this general support and resistance area. If you paint or draw a zone here, you will see that this was a pretty good breakout level, right? You can see it's being used as resistance here, support here, resistance. So it's kind of like a good SR level, right? So if we get that move, I do think that this is a decent entry right below the breakout point, right? Let me show you where I actually entered, right? Go down into the daily. I was looking at this level, right? The one I got marked out here. This entry is based on the lower time frames. I wanted to see the breakout of these highs, right? Because we had this area being used as support here, resistance here. We broke out here, came down and tested it. And if this thing is bullish, we should get a continuation to the upside because we already tested the RLC of the last move, right? Let's see if we add the RLC from this low here to this high up here. So this breakout move, right? You can kind of see how the RLC actually comes in right on the breakout level. So I put some bids at from 2520 down to 2510. So I got filled on like I think 60 or 70% of my position here with the bounce in this RLC. I've got a very tight stop just below these lows. Now this is obviously very risky because like I showed you here, we had the RLC of this move. The middle of that RLC actually comes in right where I have my stop loss, right? So these two ideas kind of don't really agree with each other, but I do think that this move right here, this rounded move here was such a bullish move that I don't think that price should come down lower below this area if this thing is bullish. So this is just a very a tight stop loss for a potential very low risk to high reward, because I wanted to have my take profits around this area. That's a good first take profit would be this high for a around 20% move. Second one would be up here for around 40% move, and the last one would be all the way up here for 60% move. So that's a very low risk to high reward trade, because you have, actually let's mark it out. Be in that area right on the RLC. Stop loss below this one. First take profit up here. So the first take profit for a 7% move, it's it's 4.3 R. So this is more like a scalp trade. That's why I'm risking very small amount on this one. And if you let it run all the way up to this area, going to be a 19 R trade, which is just pretty insane. But like I said, this is a very high risk trade, right? If I get stopped out on this one, I will watch for a bullish reaction inside this RLC here. But you can kind of see how looking on the daily time frames, you don't really want to lose this area. So you want to see a move like this, right? And you're not really interested in this one if you lose that area looking at the daily, right? And on the daily, it kind of makes sense for this level to be, your entry level too, right? So that's what I'm thinking on Algo BTC. Now there's another way to trade this, and this is going to be where I'm going to add to my position. Like I said, I'm risking like 0.25% on this anticipated breakout trade. Now, the best way to play this would most likely be to... This setup is the safer option, right? You wait for this red box resistance to actually break to the upside. You wait for either a daily close above or a daily open and close above, right? And I would look for something like this. Probably have my stop below there. Now that's going to be around 2R trade to the first trouble area. Now this is a more reasonable trade, honestly. I think this is the higher probability trade, right? So you wait for a breakout and a rounded retest for continuation to the upside. And actually, let's see if... I like to anticipate moves before they happen and add the RLC to see, like, if we break out here, where's the likely area that we are going to get rejected? And it's most likely this local highs here, the first trouble area, right? So what happens if we take the RLC and we measure it from this low here to that high up here? Well, what do you know? The RLC comes in right on this level. So you might get a move like this, right? Rounded retest down into RLC and continuation to the upside. This would still be the take profit area, the first trouble area. This would still be the stop loss area, but it just kind of makes sense, right? That's what I'm watching on Algo. Now let's see if we can add the moving averages to see if we find any confluence with this level. Well, we do see confluence with the 200 simple right up here in the first trouble area and the 200 EMA, so that kind of makes sense, right? So I would prioritize these over horizontal levels when we actually come up to this area. So if price starts trading upwards into this area, I would probably take my profits at the area that's first, if it's these highs or if it's the 200 simple or 200 EMA. 4 hour, where do we have the 200 and 200 simple and 200 EMA on the 4 hour? I like how price is bouncing off the 200 EMA right here on the weekly. Where do we have the 21 EMA on the weekly? All right, so the 21 EMA on the weekly is right up here. Definitely going to be a problem because that's just so close to the first trouble area. It's very important to see how price actually reacts to the 21 EMA on the weekly. It's very likely that it's going to get reacted off that area. I would add more weight to that idea if this were to get reacted off the 21 EMA on the weekly. Instead, we had a strong reaction right below, and we're not really seeing price reacting to the weekly 21 EMA that, you know, greatly. So I put way more weight on the 200 EMA and the 200 simple because price actually have actually gotten reacted once off the 200 simple here. So that's Algo BTC. Now let's take a look at BAT BTC. Now this is something I'm really liking. I did post a setup in the bird nest that obviously got stopped out, and that's very unfortunate because this is really do like this trade. Honestly, I do really like this one. And you know what, let's add the RLC to this latest up move right here, from this low to this high, and you will notice something interesting here, right? You will notice that actually, you know what, you can probably add it all the way down here. No, that's my bad. Let's see. I think, yeah, so this wick right here came down right into the RLC before going back up to the upside. So what I really do like this one. I really do, and I like the fact that we bounced in this area with this. We had this wick down into the long RLC. We bounced off the 21 EMA on the daily, at the 200 simple and 200 EMA right here in this general area here. So this for me is looking quite bullish. Could see a head and shoulders pattern here before a you know, continuation to the downside. What I would like to see now is for probably this level up here to get reclaimed, or at least see a higher high here. We could then look for continuation to the upside. But before that, I'm looking at a possible long entry again around the 0% fib in this area. I'm just thinking that BAT BTC has some great upside potential. Looking at the weekly here, I do really think that it's looking very, very nice for a possible move all the way up to range EQ around 4,500 sets. So that's what I'm watching on BAT BTC. Now let's take a look at Komodo BTC. Now this one has run pretty nicely from where I shared it in my last altcoin update. Let's see, when did I share that one? I shared a video called 5 Potential Altcoin Setups, and I shared that one this 7th. So yeah, right here. We had some pretty nice moves from this one. Let's see if this support area is confluent with the current RLC of this up move. Let's see, where do we have it? This one. Yeah, so yeah, perfect. Looking very good. So we have, if you're not in this one right now, there might be another trade emerging right now. This is on the 4-hour chart, right? Let's add the moving averages on the daily. Do we have any confirmations on that one? The weekly, the 4-hour? Not really. I do like the fact that we have the RLC right here. So let's just move this one. So like you can see here, we have a possible new trade going here for KMD. Now, how would you want to trade this? Well, we are right now inside the long RLC of this up move. So naturally, if you know my trading style, I like to buy the RLC, and definitely when you're inside the long RLC, I'm looking for a long entry. But I would like to see a move like this first, a bullish market structure inside the RLC. When you get out of the RLC, the 618 is usually a good level to enter on a retest. Stop would be either below this low, below the RLC, or below this general area here, depending on where your take profits order are, to get a decent R trade, right? But I do think that buying the RLC on this one might not be a terrible idea, honestly. Let's see, if we enter right in the middle of the RLC here, how's that going to look? Well, let's see, right here. First take profit has to be up in this region. I would like to have my stop below this one to be extra safe, and that's actually a good 2-hour trade. So I do think that this is not too bad. And if you look at the 4-hour, we still have bullish market structure. We have higher highs and higher lows, and this is in the long RLC of this move. So I'm thinking this trade right here for a quick trade is not a terrible idea. But we do have the daily 200 EMA, and I think the 200 simple and the 21 EMA in the weekly right here down here. We have touched them just now, or not just now, but the 7th when I released the first video, right? So I'm thinking there's always going to be a possibility of us testing this area again for a second retest, but I'm not really interested in that. I do think this RLC area right now looks very, very interesting. So if you're still in KMD, I would just say congratulations for TP to get hit for probably a 2.5 or 3-hour trade. You should probably be a good idea to move your stop to around 715 or stuff like that. And if you want to move your stop into entry, or into profit, or at your entry, this low here is a good level to place your stop. And if you're the kind of guy or girl who likes to buy the long RLC, this is a great area to buy, I think. I do really think. But if you want to be patient, you want to be cautious, and you want to, like you should be as a trader, you want to see something like this. Reversal pattern, double bottom, breakout, retest. That's what I'm looking at. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Oh, god damn. Sorry about that. XLM BTC. Now, this is the one I wanted to chart from the start. So, Let's see if we can find some good levels here. This one is kind of looking ready to do something, right? Let's see if we can add some interesting levels to this one. Like that one. Bounced off that one. The next level above, it should be this one, that one. Go down into the daily. Kind of makes sense, right? And what do you know? This is probably the RLC too. From this low to this high. Let's use this low. Beautiful. So we have a bounce inside the long RLC on XLM. Yes, stellar. Let's just say it's stellar. I think that's way easier to pronounce. We got the 200 EMA complement with this red box resistance. I don't know what I'm saying. This is the RLC. So we have the 55 EMA and the 200 EMA complement with the RLC. We have the 21 EMA in the daily right above the 618. We're getting a bullish move off that one. So what I'm looking for is this area to get reclaimed for a possible long and retest of the daily 21 EMA. So that would look something like this. Stop loss should be below that area. And take profit needs to be probably up in this area. I'm liking that one for a quick 2.34R. So looking at the daily here, this could actually be a great area to enter in case this breaks out to the upside. And if it does, I'm going to be looking at this area up here for a 60% move. That's what I'm watching on XLM. Obviously this one is a bit risky too, and I would look for a if you want to be extra safe on this one, the better trade and the better, you know, the patient trader would wait for something like this. And this is also where you could increase your risk on a retrace in case you enter this one down here. And that would be a daily open and close above this area, rounded retest by the first retest, right? Now, how would that setup look like? Let's see. You enter inside this red box. First take profit should probably be somewhere up in that region. And your stop loss should probably be in this region. Your first take profit could be, you know, these highs here, right? These candle open and closes here. So that's gonna bring it up to a good 2.22R. So I do really like that one too. Now let's take a look at Troy BTC. Now this is one I've shared in the bird nest a couple of days ago, or maybe a week or two. Just a very simple idea here. Long the long RLC, sell the short RLC. First take profit, second take profit. You buy the long RLC confident with the 55 EMA and the 21 EMA on daily, and you also had the 21 EMA crossing the 55 EMA to the upside. So yeah, I'm really liking this one. It looks like it's ready to pop, ready to move out of the RLC and start its move. You're getting a double bottom formation here, a W breakout retest of the neckline or resistance area of the W. All right, so that's it. That's what I'm looking at in terms of altcoins right now. These are the positions I'm in or waiting to enter. All right, guys, I will make a new update for you guys as soon as I have anything more I'm looking at. And tonight I'm actually doing a live stream. So at 6 p.m. UTC time, which is at 8 my time, I'm doing a live stream for you guys. So definitely check it out if you want to ask me questions about BTC, altcoins, or Forex, or anything like that. Alright guys, that's it. I'm gonna upload this one, and yeah, see you guys next time.